Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Gray here. Thanks again, everybody, for another really great week at school. It was a short one. It was so nice to get a chance to chat with you at conferences over these last couple weeks. As a quick reminder, I'm always available if you feel like you want to check in or you have more questions. Send me an email. It's a little easier these days because we can meet for Zoom. So just know that I'm here for that throughout the year, not just during conference week. A couple of announcements to start off this week. Number one, there is no school on Monday, October 11th. The students are not at school. The teachers are at school. We're doing training. And then the rest of the week is a normal week. So we're back to the normal schedule. We get out at 2:10 on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then Wednesday is an early day. We're out at 2:40. Later this week, on Friday, we have just a day to kind of celebrate all the hard work the students have done so far. It's nice to just stop every once in a while and let the kids just enjoy something because we do work hard at school every day. And so we're gonna watch a movie on Friday. The kids can bring a blanket or a stuffed animal. No pajamas to dress up because we just have a normal day before that. But definitely a stuffed animal and a blanket would be totally appropriate to bring. We're gonna watch a movie and have a good time. So that'll be happening Friday afternoon. The only other big announcement I have coming up is Red Ribbon Week is coming up October 25th through 29th. And there'll be things that the school will send out about that week. Okay, let's get into all the academics for this week. In Reader's Workshop this week, we're finishing up our first fiction unit called Building a Reading Life. And there have been a lot of goals in that unit, specifically kind of setting the stage for the rest of the year. We want kids to enjoy reading books, figure out what books they can read comfortably and get excited about them. We want kids to be able to tackle the challenge of hard words. So they have some strategies when they run into words they don't recognize on what to do, so that we don't just skip words. And then lately we've been kind of talking about this really base level element of analyzing stories. And that has been to question the text. We as readers have to ask questions. And so we're going to put some of those ideas together in a book report this week. So on Tuesday, I'll be introducing a book report and what the kids are going to do. They'll go to library on Tuesday so they can actually pull a book that day that they're that's the one that they want to do a report on, or they can do one that they've already read. They can go back and revisit it. But instructions will probably come home on Tuesday, or they get posted on our work page, or both. And then it will be due on Monday. And on Monday, that is the 17th, I think, maybe the 18th. On Monday, next Monday, they will put it out, and all the kids will do a big gallery walk and get to see all their hard work. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. The kids should have plenty of time to get that done in class. They'll have classwork time this week, but if kids want to work on it at home, that's totally fine. So that's what's happening in reading. And then the next week we'll close up fiction for now, and then we'll move into nonfiction reading, and we'll continue that for a while. We'll get back to fiction before winter break, and then back to nonfiction, and so on for the rest of the year. In writing this week, the kids are finishing up their third published narrative piece. So again, there's been a lot of things we've been working on that we want to include in this last published piece. We'll be looking for, of course, correct spelling and capitalization and punctuation. Paragraphs is a big thing we've been talking about. And then we're looking for the elements that really make a good narrative, telling the story bit by bit, including tiny details, dialogue, maybe inner thinking. And then for the advanced writers, maybe thinking about what is my bigger idea about this story? Do any of my characters learn a lesson or learn something or change? That would be an advanced thing that might come out of this. But they'll have time to work on it and publish it this week. And on Friday, similar to the reading gallery walk, we'll celebrate their writing. We'll have kids give compliments to each other on their writing before we post it on the wall. And then sometime either next weekend or the week after, those published pieces, I'll take pictures of all of them, and they will show up on that writing document that I shared with you at conferences. That's what's happening at writing. In math this week, we're continuing these foundations of multiplication. We are going to have a quiz on Thursday, reviewing some of the strategies we talked about and just a familiarity with this idea of equal groups or repeated addition or number lines and arrays. And then a quick, what we've gone over for multiplication equations, that they can recognize an array and make a multiplication equation for very simple multiplication problems. That is setting the stage for getting into math facts, which will be the focus for the next few weeks. We're going to work on strategies in class on how to see patterns and think about patterns for multiplication. And we'll use hundreds charts and we'll use other visual patterns in class so that kids have something to fall back on when they're thinking about math facts. And then I'll send you more information as we continue on how kids can practice their math facts at home. And I'll have a couple different ways to do that. That's something you'll be able to help with as long as or in addition to that, I'll be working on some kind of reporting system so you have an idea of where your students are. Do they need more work in certain multiplication goals, or are they ready to go on to the next one? And as you can imagine, in multiplication, the goals start out as pretty easy, and then they get harder. So we're going to start with tens and fives because those are often easy patterns to think about, and kids can easily count by tens and fives, so we can figure out the multiplication facts a little faster. There's some easy patterns, and then we'll go into twos and fours because that has this doubling idea. We have a good idea of what 4 looks like, groups of 4s. And then we'll start to get into the typically more difficult ones, 3s and 6s and 7s and 8s and 9s. Those are typically more difficult, but we'll get to those and I'll keep you updated about those strategies. So that's what's happening in math this week. In history, we're moving on to our next chapter, which is American Indians in California. We'll be going over a little bit of the history of that for a couple weeks. And then in science, our next unit is called The Ultimate Playground, and the kids are going to be thinking about the forces that happen on the playground and then making a playground that reflects that and uses those forces. So the first thing we're going to do this week is we're going to actually go observe kids on the playground, and we're going to see what forces are at play. So that should be really fun. All right, everybody. So like I said, thank you again. I'm always here for your questions or comments. I really enjoyed seeing the kids work really hard and also getting to see you at conferences and interact with you. So it's been really fun. All right. Have a great weekend, a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.